Okay, please continue with the reading. I'll give you 3 more minutes, please. Okay, so now listen and compare. What is it about this extract that signifies it is chiclet? What is your opinion of this type of books? Or this type of book? Gemini J by Jane Green. Okay. So let's listen and compare what you have.
Tape script 2.7 Jemima J. by Jane Green. Chapter 1.
God, I wish I were thin. I wish I were thin, gorgeous, and could get any man I want. You probably think I'm crazy. I mean, here I am, sitting at work on my own with a massive double-decker club sandwich in front of me. But I'm allowed to dream, aren't I? Half an hour to go of my lunch break. I finish my sandwich and look furtively around the office to see whether anyone is looking. It's okay. The coast is clear. So I can pull open my top drawer and sneak out the slab of chocolate. Another day in my humdrum life. But it shouldn't be humdrum. I'm a journalist, for God's sake. Surely that's a glamorous existence. I love the English language, playing with words. But sadly my talents are wasted here at the Kilburn Herald. I hate this job. When I meet new people and they ask what I do for a living, I hold my head up high and say, I'm a journalist. I then try to change the subject. The inevitable question after that is, who do you work for? I hang my head low, mumble the Kilburn Herald, and confess that I do the top tips column. Every week I'm flooded with mail from sad and lonely people in Kilburn with nothing better to do than write in with questions like, what's the best way to bleach a white marbled lino floor? And I have a pair of silver candlesticks. The silver is now tarnished. Any suggestions? And every week I sit for hours on the phone ringing lino manufacturers, silver makers, and ask them for the answers. This is my form of journalism. Ben Williams is the deputy news editor. Tall and handsome. He is also the office Lothario. Ben Williams is secretly fancied by every woman at the Kilburn Herald, not to mention the woman in the sandwich bar who follows his stride longingly as he walks past every lunchtime. Ben Williams is gorgeous. His light brown hair is casually hanging over his left eye, his eyebrows perfectly arched, his dimples when he smiles in exactly the right place. He is the perfect combination of handsome hunk and vulnerable little boy.
Okay, one more time, okay?
Tape script 2.7 Jemima J. by Jane Green. Chapter 1.
God, I wish I were thin. I wish I were thin, gorgeous, and could get any man I want. You probably think I'm crazy. I mean, here I am, sitting at work on my own with a massive double-decker club sandwich in front of me. But I'm allowed to dream, aren't I? Half an hour to go of my lunch break. I finish my sandwich and look furtively around the office to see whether anyone is looking. It's okay. The coast is clear. So I can pull open my top drawer and sneak out the slab of chocolate. Another day in my humdrum life. But it shouldn't be humdrum. I'm a journalist, for God's sake. Surely that's a glamorous existence. I love the English language, playing with words. But sadly my talents are wasted here at the Kilburn Herald. I hate this job. When I meet new people and they ask what I do for a living, I hold my head up high and say, I'm a journalist. I then try to change the subject. The inevitable question after that is, who do you work for? I hang my head low, mumble the Kilburn Herald, and confess that I do the top tips column. Every week I'm flooded with mail from sad and lonely people in Kilburn with nothing better to do than write in with questions like, what's the best way to bleach a white marbled lino floor? And I have a pair of silver candlesticks. The silver is now tarnished. Any suggestions? And every week I sit for hours on the phone ringing lino manufacturers, silver makers, and ask them for the answers. This is my form of journalism. Ben Williams is the deputy news editor. Tall and handsome. He is also the office Lothario. Ben Williams is secretly fancied by every woman at the Kilburn Herald, not to mention the woman in the sandwich bar who follows his stride longingly as he walks past every lunchtime. Ben Williams is gorgeous. His light brown hair is casually hanging over his left eye, his eyebrows perfectly arched, his dimples when he smiles in exactly the right place. He is the perfect combination of handsome hunk and vulnerable little boy.
All right. So what do you have? Let's see. Number 1 is hello.
Portably.
Portably. Yes, yes, yes. So this is it. Number 2. Number 2.
Humdrum.
No, it's clear. Clear. That's number 2. Number 3, yes, is hamdrum. Yeah. You're gonna see with your dictionaries, please, the meaning. All right. Number 4.
Humdrum.
Also very good. Number 5. There are 2 words here.
Glamorous.
Glamorous and exciting. Both of those words. Number 6. What do you have for number 6? Number 6 is sadly. Only sadly. Number 7 is
High.
yes, high. Number 8. Number 8. Anybody?
Inevitable.
Very good. Inevitable. That is it. Number 9 is
Low.
low. Number 10 Number 10.
Lonely.
Lonely, very good. Number 11.
Tarnished.
Yes, tarnished. Number 12.
Tall.
Tall. Yes. 13.
Secretly.
Sacredly. 14.
Longingly.
Very good. We have longingly. No. A ver, cachito. Number 14. Oh, yeah. Yes, longingly. Yes. Number 15. Number 15. Anybody? It is light. He's
Light.
smiling. Yes, very good. Light. Number 16.
Carelessly.
Number in no, is casually. Casually. Number 17.
Perfectly.
Yes, perfect. 18. What do you have for 18?
Exactly.
Perfectly.
Exactly.
It is exactly. Sorry. Yes, exactly. And the last one, 19.
Vulnerable.
Yes. Very good. Okay. So she uses a lot in her book, right, to describe all those feelings, sensations that she has. Okay. So we have these two questions. What is it about this extract that signifies it is chiclet? It is chiclet. It is. Hmm?
Miss, what is the meaning of chocolate?
We said it is the modern romance novels, specifically for women, teenagers, your age, my age. So it is based on our women's experiences and how we think of life generally. That's why it says what they said what the that signifies it's a chiclet because she's talking to herself of how she's feeling. She says, "Oh, I wish I were thin." I think most of the women in the world, I mean, most of them, some of physically, I don't know how you are right now, but we want to be thin. Yeah. So that's a chiclet. It's like we all think the same. I wish I were thin, gorgeous, I could get any man. Well, getting me men, I don't know, depends on your personality. You better think I'm crazy. I mean, here I'm sitting at work on my own with my with a massive double decker club sandwich in front of me, like a big sandwich like this. But I'm allowed to dream, aren't I? So those type of modern romantic is like having our problems been written, right? Some books have been made into movies, like The Diary of Bridget Jones. That's a chick lit. So it says basically what women think that have those type of problems. Also, a chick lit for teenagers. I don't know if you have Netflix, but there is this teenager. She's really pretty. I think she's Korean. She has three sisters, and she's in love with the most handsome boy in school, and that type of stories. Yeah, it's chick lit. Yeah, so it's really modern. It's not like the romance like Romeo and Juliet, like those novels of Las Marias, right? Maria la de Barrio, Maria, because they were all written, right? These are more modern because it expresses what we had some experiences, like we relate to them. That's what Mr. Kevin, you might say, so macanas. But this type of movies, I really enjoyed them. I really, really like them because some of this book, yes, it talks about my experience as a woman also. Okay, so that's why it's a chick lit. But this is what I want to know. What is your opinion of this type of books? Have you ever read any book like this? Or, yeah, no, miss, I'm a Nellian. I don't like this type of books or this type of movies or this type of stories. Tell me, what can you say about this? Of this type of books? What can you say? What can you say, Miss Itzel, Miss Alejandra, Miss Jocelyn, Mr. Kevin? What can you say?
Miss,
Yes,
I like some of them, like the Diary of Bridget Jones,
yes.
but I think the new ones are too cliche.
Ah,
Like it's the same story.
yeah. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I think there's no more. Come on, there's more of it, right? Yeah, very good. Everybody agrees with Miss Alexandra? All right. So those are the checklists. Yeah. We would have really liked to hear Mr. Kevin's point of view, but unfortunately, his microphone doesn't work. So we go to vocabulary and dictionaries. Conce, chicos. Terminamos todo esto. Tengo speaking, hay un writing, todo esto y calculamos será pues, hasta el jueves, I think. Iba a ser su test. Okay. So please, y entraríamos a otro, the last week, the 20th to the 23rd serían exámenes. Así que voy a ver si vamos a pasar una lección más. Y ya les estaría devolviendo todo en esta semana de sus writings, todo eso. Okay? So we have vocabulary and dictionaries. So please use your cell phones, not translators. Go to Cambridge, go to Oxford, any type of dictionaries online that you can use right now. And it says, just say the word. Read the dictionary entry giving information about the word word. Answer the questions about it with the partner. So we have all of these questions, but let us read the dictionary. It says sorry. It's an extract from the Oxford Advanced Learners Dictionary, 9th edition. You know how many editions I have here? I don't know which edition. I used to take it to the institute and we used it. I mean, but not anymore. I think it's gonna be my treasure here because everything's here, and it's better because you have practice of pronunciation of English, American English, British English, and difference of meaning maybe. So it says here word. Here's the phonetics. Word, the word. It's in American English word. And no, this is British wood, wood. And American is word. Yeah. And it's a noun. Here basically is a noun. The first meaning says unit of language. That's the first meaning. It means can be spoken or written. That's the meaning. The next are the examples and the uses. Do not write more than 200 words. Tell me what happened in your own words. Words fail me. It means that equal, it means I cannot express how I feel. Yeah. So with that, you can see the connection. See also buzzword, four-letter word, household word, swear word. So even the dictionary tells you that have that relation with that meaning to go and find buzzword, four-letter word, household word, swear word. That's why it's not like Spanish. Word, palabra, listo. Entendemos. Ah, digo, palabra. Conjunto de letras que forman diferente, I don't know in Spanish how to say. Pero eso nada más. Y los usas, ¿no ven? No, te tomo la palabra. Tal vez haya algunas expresiones dependiendo del diccionario que tenga. But in English, you need to read all of this because it's going to be a bit hard not to understand the other meanings. Okay, but it's easy because you've been around it so long. Yeah. So that's the first one. The second says something you say. Something you say. A thing that you say. Could I have a quick word with you? Or she left without a word. It means without saying anything. Not a word, too. It means don't tell Peter about any of this. Yeah. Not a word to Peter about any of this. Right? It's also other ways of using word as expressions. Right? Third meaning, promise. A promise. Yeah, it's a promise. I give you my word that this won't happen again. To keep your word means do what you promise. I can prove it. You have to take my word for it. It means believe me. Okay? In Spanish, we can understand. Yeah, also their expressions. Also says a piece of information or news. A singular, a singular. She she sent word that she would be late. She sent word, like she told everybody. Word has it that she's leaving. Word has it, es como el chiste. Me han dicho por ahí. He likes to spread the word about the importance of healthy eating. Spread the word. Esparcirla. Okay, so that's another way. You have four ways of using word. Even if we read it, does it in Spanish, right? Right? So it's no difference, extreme difference, but we need to know how to use it in context. So this idiom is my word of mouth are like models. I mean, idiomatic. IDM means idiomatic. By word of mouth, because people tell each other and not because they read about it. Yeah, that's the meaning of this type of idiomatic way of using word. Yeah, a word of mouth means because people tell each other, yeah, excuse me, and not because they read about it. Right? Dice que el corona, dice ese. Yeah, by word of mouth. The news spread by word of mouth. So imagine that is from one person to another to another to another. Next one says, right from the word go. Yeah, right from the word go. It's informal, means from the very beginning. From the very beginning, right from the word go. Yeah, I've never heard of that expression, but it does exist. Yeah, Then, not get a word in edgeways. It's very British. It has British here written all over it. And then in American English says not get a word in edgewise. Edgewise. And it means not to be able to say anything because somebody else is speaking too much. Yeah, like this. That's the meaning. When you cannot say, and this person, and you want to say something, but this person keeps talking and talking and talking, and you cannot say anything. So the example says, when Mary starts talking, no one else can get a word in edgeway or edgewise, right? Like that. Another one is in other words, used to introduce an explanation of something. They asked him to leave. In other words, he was fired. O sea, que es tan traumante que decir que le han despedido, but it means that, right? To leave. Oh my goodness, we have only 8 minutes. My. Then we have, oh man, I lost it. Yeah, the last or final word on something, the last word, la última palabra, digamos, in my argument. Yeah, en un discurso. Ah, no me he saltado. No. The last comment or decision about something. Yeah, he always has to have the last word in any argument. O sea, la última palabra, la última palabra. You have to close everything. Then we have not to have a good word to say for somebody or something. It's very informal. It means never to say anything good about somebody or something. Like nobody has a good word to say about him. Yeah? A good word. Another, put in a good word for somebody. It means to praise. Praise, alabar, is elogiar, yeah? Is to praise somebody to somebody else in order to help them get a job. Yeah. Oh, he's very good. Oh my goodness, he's the best. Or she's incredible, like that, etc. Then is it say or give the word? To give an order. To make a request. Just say the word and I'll go. Yeah, es como, dilo, y me voy, o voy. Yeah, to give an order. Too funny, silly, ridiculous, etc. for words. Extremely funny, silly, ridiculous, etc. Yeah, for words. It's so funny for words. Okay. Word for word. It means in exactly the same words or when translated. Exactly equivalent words. She repeated the conversation word for word. O sea, siempre van a palabra por palabra. Ahí está, palabra por palabra. To me, a word for word translation. Yeah. So if you are conscious when you see a word, please you need to read all the meaning of it, all of it. It's not just Spanish. That's why in vocabulary is really easy. Palabra, listo. Expresiones. Ahí hacer like. Yeah, like us. Word for word or from the word go like that. So we have to see the context and how to use it. And when we hear advanced English in the listening or the reading or any type of exercise, okay, so you say, okay, that's it. Frustration. No, one taught me that. No, it's just we're breaking English. Okay, it's like our Spanish, we break it, we destroy it because it's ours, and they're allowed. All languages are allowed to do that, and it's our responsibility to see. Oh, this means that. Oh, that's great. Yeah, we have the same expressions in our language. And some languages don't have the same expressions. So it's really difficult to mix to make everybody understand everything. So it's really interesting, this part. You have all of these questions. We have 4 minutes. Keep doing them. hasta donde pueda, do it, and see you tomorrow, hasta que se corte, okay? So please continue doing this, and tomorrow we'll see this. 1 to 6, please, and see you tomorrow, everybody. Sorry. One more minute and see you tomorrow, everybody.